They told you the only danger in this industry was a leaked address or a banned account. They lied. The reality of the top 0.01% isn't just about dodging community guidelines or managing chargebacks. It is about surviving the very wealth you are forced to display. Yesterday, the facade of the untouchable digital queen shattered when the most famous woman on the internet is held at gunpoint in her own bedroom, not because of what she does on camera, but because of a screenshot she posted on X. We have to ask, is the price of admission finally too high? You clicked this video because you saw the headlines about Amouranth's terrifying home invasion this week, but the story the news is telling you about 4 teenagers and a crypto wallet is just the surface. We need to talk about the machine underneath. We need to talk about why industry giants are legally obligated to lie to you, why showing your bank account is the most dangerous marketing tactic in the world, and why the Chatter lawsuit quietly moving through the courts might be the reason this entire house of cards is about to collapse. Most people think the biggest threat to an adult creator is a stalker in the bushes. The truth is, the threat is usually in the contract, and the danger is baked into the business model itself. Let's start with the nightmare that just happened. According to police reports filed on December 15, 2025, Caitlin Siragusa, known to the world as Amouranth, was targeted in her Texas home. The details are specific and chilling. 3 armed men didn't ask for jewelry, they didn't ask for cash, they asked for a password. They wanted the $17 million in Bitcoin she had publicly screenshotted and posted to her feed just days prior. This brings us to the first uncomfortable truth of the velvet rope economy. The flex is a trap. In traditional celebrity culture, you hide your wealth. You buy a house behind a gate, and you don't talk about your liquid assets. If you are Brad Pitt, you don't tweet a picture of your Wells Fargo balance. In the adult creator economy, that rule is inverted. To sell the dream, to sell the mentorships, the agency contracts, and the subscription tiers, you have to prove the money is real. You have to post the Stripe dashboard. You have to post the crypto wallet. Amouranth wasn't just bragging when she posted that screenshot, she was marketing. In this industry, there is a concept called social proofing. If you aren't proving you are rich, other creators won't collaborate with you, and agencies won't sign you. It is a B2B signal. But that marketing move converted a digital number into a physical target. The police report states the intruders held a gun to her head and demanded she log in. Think about that. The digital barrier that supposedly keeps these creators safe is gone. The screen is no longer a shield. This incident highlights a terrifying isolation unique to this industry. In Hollywood, if a star gets robbed, the studio protects them, the insurance covers them, the police take it seriously immediately. In the creator economy, there is a lingering stigma. When police arrive at a creator's house, there is often a subtle victim-blaming culture, an attitude of, well, look what you do for a living, what did you expect? This forces creators to build private armies. Amouranth isn't just paying for a burglar alarm, she is likely paying $500,000 a year for 24/7 private security details, armored vehicles, and canine units. The cost of being your own business is that you must also be your own secret service. But here's the twist that makes this even darker. While the news focuses on the robbery, they're ignoring the massive class action lawsuit that explains how that money got there in the first place. This is the story of the chatter factories and the weaponization of empathy. According to court filings from the ongoing class action lawsuit against Phoenix International and several management agencies, the industry has been running on a massive open secret. When you pay $50 to send a direct message to a top creator, you're not talking to them. You're talking to a guy named Dave in a warehouse in the Philippines, or a shift worker in a sleek office in Miami. These are chatters, professional ghostwriters hired to simulate intimacy at scale. This is the engine of the $17 million. One person cannot reply to 10,000 messages a day. It's physically impossible. So agencies stepped in. They industrialized the girlfriend experience. They created scripts. They tagged high-spending fans as whales and low spenders as time wasters. The lawsuit alleges that this isn't just efficient outsourcing, it's fraud. Fans are paying for a personal connection that doesn't exist. Let's talk about the specific software that powers this deception. It's not just guys in a warehouse typing random messages. They use sophisticated customer relationship management, CRMs, specifically built for this industry. Imagine a dossier on every single fan. The software tracks your birthday, your pet's name, your work schedule, and your spending limit. When a chatter logs in for their shift, they pull up your profile. They see that your dog died 2 weeks ago, so the message they send isn't generic, it's, "Hey, how are you holding up without Buster?" That isn't intimacy. That's data-driven psychological warfare designed to extract the maximum tip. Why does this matter to the robbery? Because it creates a dangerous paradox. The creator is the face, the brand, and the target, but the operation is a faceless corporation. Amouranth bears the physical risk of the wealth, the gun to her head, but the wealth itself is generated by a machine she doesn't fully control. She is the hood ornament on a tank. The fans feel entitled to her time and her money because they think they've been talking to her for years. They haven't. They've been talking to a shift worker. When that illusion breaks, the parasocial love turns into something much more volatile. The whales who spent thousands feel cheated, and the criminals see a pot of gold guarded by a single woman. This leads us to the financial reality that nobody discusses: the banking exile. You might wonder why she had $17 million in Bitcoin sitting in a wallet rather than in a federally insured bank account. This is the third secret. Traditional banks hate this industry. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Chase, they routinely shut down accounts associated with adult entertainment without warning. It's called debanking. If you're making $1 million a month, you can't just put it in a savings account. The banks will freeze it under moral clauses or risk assessment policies. So creators are forced into the volatile world of crypto. They're forced to be their own banks. This isn't a choice, it's a necessity. Amouranth's Bitcoin stash wasn't a gamble. It was likely her payroll. It was her operating capital. And because she has to hold it herself, she has to secure it herself. And we have to address the high-risk classification. In the financial world, adult content is treated like gambling or firearms. Standard payment processors, the Stripes and PayPals of the world, often refuse to touch it. This forces creators to use high-risk merchant accounts that charge predatory fees, sometimes upwards of 15% per transaction. And even then, they hold rolling reserves, keeping 10% of your money for 6 months, just in case they're chargebacks. This is why crypto isn't just a fun investment for them, it's the only way to actually access their liquidity without losing a quarter of it to middlemen in banks who judge them while profiting from them. The robbers knew this. They knew that unlike a bank vault, a crypto wallet has a single point of failure: the owner. If you can threaten the owner, you can drain the account. The digital finance that was supposed to liberate these creators has actually made them vulnerable in a way no movie star ever was. If you rob a bank, the money is insured. If you force a transfer on the blockchain, that money is gone forever. Now, let's look at the agency model that drives this pressure. We often hear about predatory contracts, but the reality is more subtle. Agencies promise to take a creator from the top 10% to the top 0.1%. To do that, they demand aggressive monetization. They demand the chatters. They demand the constant upselling. We have seen leaked agency contracts from 2024 and 2025 that show agencies taking a 50% cut of net revenue. 50%. In exchange, they handle the DMs, they handle the posting schedule, they handle the chatters. This means the creator is often just the talent, showing up for photo shoots while a team of 20 people runs the digital avatar. This is the modern equivalent of the 360 deal in the music industry. But worse, in music, at least the label promotes your art. Here, the agency is often promoting a version of you that doesn't exist, using language you wouldn't use, to men you've never never met. When Amouranth posted that wallet screenshot, she was likely signaling to potential business partners as much as to fans. She was saying, "I'm a liquidity whale," but in doing so, she violated the first rule of survival. Obscurity is security. The robbery yesterday ended with the intruders fleeing. One was reportedly shot, but the psychological damage is done. The message has been sent to every top creator in the ecosystem. Your earnings screenshots are a treasure map. And what happens next? The industry will pivot again. We're already seeing the rise of AI chatters, artificial intelligence trained on the creator's voice and text style to replace the human ghostwriters. This solves the labor cost, but it doesn't solve the fraud issue. In fact, it makes it worse. If the lawsuit against the agencies succeeds, we could see a massive regulatory crackdown where platforms are forced to label automated messages. Imagine a warning label on every DM. This message was generated by an AI. Revenue would plummet overnight. The irony is bitter. The creators built a system designed to extract maximum value from lonely men by simulating closeness. But that simulation worked too well. It created an obsession that bled into the real world. The fans feel they own the creator. The criminals feel the creator is a soft target. And the creators are stuck in the middle, sitting in fortresses watching security monitors, wondering if the next knock on the door is a fan, a FedEx driver, or a gunman. It forces us to ask, what is the actual product here? Is it the content or is it the lie? The chatter system proves that the content is secondary. The photos and videos are just the bait. The real product is the feeling of being special, the feeling that a beautiful woman is taking time out of her day to text you. Agencies have monetized loneliness with ruthless efficiency. But when you build an empire on a lie, you have to defend it with the truth. And the truth is, Amouranth has $17 million in crypto, but she couldn't sleep in her own home without a security team. Is that financial freedom, or is that just a very expensive prison? The industry is at a breaking point. The chatter lawsuits are exposing the mechanical heart of the fantasy. The robberies are exposing the physical danger of the flex. And the banks are closing the doors. The golden age of the digital girlfriend is ending, and it is being replaced by something much colder, much more corporate, and much more dangerous. If you're thinking about entering this space, or if you are just watching from the sidelines, remember this: the girl on the screen is a business entity. The messages are customer service tickets, and the money you see is not a high score. It is hazard pay.